Alright, let's look at the homework 8.5, problem number 5. Alright, so let's look at the part A, step 1. Use exponential density function with mu equals 3.5. We have the density function. Alright, remember that exponential density function is c times e to the negative ct. Alright, so and the c is the reciprocal of mu, so it's going to be we can type in 1 over 3.5 e to the, alright, and a negative, alright, t over 3.5. Alright, so let's submit. Alright, it came back and looks like we got step 1 correctly. And step 2, probability that can be expressed, let's see, probability that the customer has to wait more than 5 minutes. So you're going to integrate from 5 to infinity, right? Let's submit. Alright, it came back and we did part 2 correctly. Alright, then we want to evaluate the expression here. Alright, so b is going to infinity, so we're replacing this infinity by b. Alright, antiderivative of this guy is going to be, let's see, so you have negative. Alright, we have e to the negative t, negative t over 3.5, right? Then over, right? Then let's see, we want to is 3.5 was there, and divide by negative 1 over 3.5. So that's actually, so this guy cancel out, and actually you don't need a. So you have, all right, so it's going to be, let's see, negative. So just that, all right? Then if you evaluate it, if you plug in b, and b is going to infinity, that's going to give you 0. Minus, plug in 5, so it's going to be e to the, let's see, 3 decimal places. So I have to compute this. All right, so I'm going to bring out the calculator. Alright, so we're going to have, let's say, negative, so it's going to be positive, and I'm plugging 5s. So we're going to have to compute e to the negative 5 over 3.5. Alright, so we have e to the, so e to the, well, that's natural log, sorry, so I'm going to clear that. And here, e to the negative 5 over 3.5. 3.5. Alright, so let's compute that. Alright, it came out to be 0.239, so 3 decimal places. It's actually 0.240. It's going to be 0.240. Alright, so let's submit. Alright, we got step 3 correctly. Alright, so let's go into do part B. Alright, now we're talking about the first 2 minutes, so it's going to be obviously from 0 to 2. Right, that part is not very difficult. Alright, then let's see, we need to find the antiderivative. Antiderivative is exactly the same as before because the density function is the same. So I'm going to type in negative e to the negative t over 3.5. Alright, then if you plug in so we have to compute this. Alright, so plug in 2, so you're going to have negative e to the, so I'm going to type in negative e to the, alright, negative, actually let's say negative 2 over 3.5, so 2 over 3.5, alright, and a minus, also it's going to be plus, and plug in 0 is going to be e to the 0 is 1, so it's going to be plus 1, so plus 1. Alright, so this comes out to be 0.435. All right, so let's type in 0.435. All right, so let's submit. All right, looks like we got the part B correctly. All right, so let's look at part C. All right, so let's see. We don't want to give away more than 2% of the customers. So we have to make sure that the probability that the x is greater than or equal to a is going to be 0.02, and which means that if it's the probability of less than a would be 98. Actually not 98, 0.998. All right, so let's submit. All right, so we got that. So if you plug in a here, all right, then same antiderivative, so negative e to the negative t over 3.5. All right, then this has to be equal to, we have to make sure that it's equal to 0.98. 0.98. All right, so let's submit. All right, whoops, what they wanted is actually different. It's actually, you just plug it in, a, so it's a negative e to the negative a over 3.5, and then plus 1. All right, I think this is what they want. Submit. All right, we got that. So therefore, we have to set that equal to 0.98. So which means that, let's see, it's going to be 0.02. So 0.02 and submit. All right, so which means that taking a natural log of both sides, so it's going to be a natural log of 0.02 and divide through that, you get, let's see, a natural log of 0.02 divided by 3.5. It's with the negative sign. All right, so therefore, many minutes of, so we have to compute that value. So it's going to be a negative natural log of 0.02 and then divided by 3.5. All right, this came out to be 1.11. So round your answer to the nearest minute. So it's going to be 1 minute. All right, so let's submit. All right, actually I messed it up. I have to multiply it by 3.5. Sorry about that. So it's a 3.5. And then we have to compute negative 3.5 times natural log of 0.02. All right, and this is going to be, okay, that's more reasonable, 14. All right, so it's going to be 14 minutes. All right, submit. All right, I came back and that looks like we got this one correctly. All right, that's it. I hope that this was clear.